interesting day it's been.
Yeah, my heart rate has finally slowed down just a little, but still going pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, that last game was intense to watch, and the first game of the day with Red as well was also intense to watch.
Yep.
It was crazy. I think they had a comeback in that game as well today. So I think Red have had two, comeback games, and these Red Dread guys, I'm going to say it again. These are the dark horses, and if this game between the Kakapo and and Vicious Delicious is anything like the other three games we've had today, it will be fireworks, and it'll be really interesting and
Mhm.
really exciting to see this game, Pig.
Yeah. And something Magpie brought up to us just before we started the stream was that every game this today has gone to all 10 rounds. We've had a 5-5,
Okay.
a 6-4, and another 5-5. So this one could go right
Wow.
down to the very final game, final round of the tournament to decide who gets the final. And oh man, I just want to get into it. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I mean, you can't ask much more on the tournament day from the Discord when the games are going so heavy, so close,
hmm
so much flurries at the end at the end of every round. It's
Yeah.
just crazy.
And the
It's
tourney
really
lounge
exciting
is
to
lit,
watch.
everybody getting involved. What a day for the
Yeah.
tournament and what a day for the Discord. Looks like we've got the map bands coming in pretty hot, so I'm going to start talking about them. We've got Border and Consulate off the board and Clubhouse and Villa, so just Cafe, Coast and Bank. If it's Coast, then Green Team are looking really good for this. I know they can be strong, although they have taken a 6-0 defeat. Now there goes actually Coastline. Banned out from Green, actually, from Kakapo Trap, so they obviously don't want to get 6-0'd again. Cafe and
Yeah.
Bank left.
Okay, so it's Cafe or Bank. Okay, I'm excited for this then.
hmm
Ooh,
Two maps that we haven't
Cafe or
seen
Bank.
too much of, I don't think, actually. Seen a little bit of Bank, a
Yeah,
little
well,
bit. Have we had Cafe yet?
we've had one cafe. No, two
Yeah,
cafes. Sorry, my mistake. Yeah,
two
and
cafes and
the
one
Green have
bank.
played. So the Kakapo Trap have played Cafe already, and the Vicious and Delicious have also played Cafe already. So both teams have played it. It'll be interesting to see if we get it.
Vicious and
And it is.
delicious, taking a bit of time to
It
produce,
is
but yeah, it
Cafe.
is Cafe. How exciting! This is going to
Okay.
be a very interesting map, quite new to the game, relatively for this pool, and yet to decide who's defending first. But I think Cafe is probably defender sided, if I was going to call it now, but it's pretty even to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have a really good communication between your squad, then it can be the attackers can sneak a couple of rounds in. But I would say that it's more defender sided, in my opinion. But I'm looking for these two teams to just look at this orange team line. We've got Street, Chris, Next, Jamie. I mean, I don't think they've had this composition of teams since the start of the tournament. So I'm looking for these guys to come out with the heat and come out with the fire of this game for sure.
Yeah, I like this lineup actually. I don't think I've actually seen Jamie Killer play too much this tournament. It must have been in games I wasn't casting, so I'm excited to see how he does. Street, also really good player. Next, Chris, I mean,
Hey
all good.
guys, you got the
Hey,
attackers and
Magpie.
defenders the wrong way around.
Oh, okay.
Hey, can we get okay? Can we get an F in chat, guys? Can we get an F in the chat?
Twice in one tournament. How could I? Right, let's leave.
It's the excitement, guys. It's the excitement. We'll be right back for you. Don't worry. It's the excitement. That's what it is. The absolute excitement of seeing this, and this is deciding who will call right into the finals. I mean, Red must be sitting here praying as well. Come on, get the draw, or come on, the Vicious and Delicious. These guys they probably want a spot in the final. So, and then you've also.
Yeah, I think that's what's so exciting about this game actually is because usually you just have the kind of leftover teammates rooting for their team and everybody else is a neutral, but this time we have pretty much everyone invested in this result other than blue team, I guess, but they're kind of invested too because we have some preferences on who we want to face in the final, but I should
Yeah.
probably get this custom zone set up. I'm going to ask you to do a bit of talking, Liam, so I can concentrate and get this set up quickly.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just quickly run over Cafe and Cafe's history between the two teams then, as we're getting a rehost going for you guys here. Sorry about that. So basically, we have the Kakapo Trap have played this map against the Wonka's Wonders, and they came out with a 5-5 draw. Then we had the next Cafe that was played after that was Vicious and Delicious against Wonka's Wonders, and they also drew. Then we went back to the Vicious and Delicious. Oh wait, sorry, no, that's today. That's already been filled in, so yeah, we'll have the Vicious and Delicious and the Kakapo against on the map of Cafe today. So it's just been draws from both teams. Oh, actually, no, sorry, I got that wrong. Vicious and Delicious got a loss in Cafe against Wonka's Wonders. I read that completely wrong. So it'll be an interesting matchup. No, neither team have come away with a win on this map yet, so we'll see how it goes for them, and we'll see what sort of.
Alright. Yeah, I'll come. Yeah, when I'm finished. So. Yeah, alright. What? I'll come and get you when I'm finished with this. Yeah. Don't come in again. Just looking to get in the last members of green now, and then we can go. Who were the last remaining players? Actually, let me see if I can send them some invites. Get them in a bit quicker. Yeah. Oh, there's next. Yeah, okay, they probably are just about to get in. Okay, looks like this is all set up properly. Do you want to just double check for me, Liam? That is right. We've got orange team
Yeah, I'll just have a
starting
quick
on
look.
attack.
I didn't look at the match bands.
One last double check before we get into this, guys. Don't want to have to do that again. Orange team are attackers. Right. Looks like we're ready to go. Final map of the tournament for the finals. Here we go. So, talk to me a little bit about this map, Liam. Any expected bans? Any expected sites to be picked the most, or what are we thinking?
Yeah, I'm sort of looking at hoping to see kitchen defense first, because I actually believe that kitchen's sort of more valuable than the top floor on a defender side. I do believe that it's a lot easier to get a win on the kitchen to start with. Sometimes when you go top floor on a defender basis side, you get a little bit too aggro with peeking the windows at the start to try and get an early pick. You get a little bit too aggro with maybe having a little peek from white stairs towards the repels, or from the bakery towards the repels. So I'm assuming that Nomad will be utilising this map really well for sort of the runouts and the peaks from
Well, you say that,
the guys that are repelling.
but there she goes, banned out. That's a very interesting one. I don't think I've actually seen Nomad ban this tournament. Maybe we've seen it once, but definitely not a regular cafe ban. Maybe the gridlock
So
will be
that
the alternate pick though.
orange team, and that is the actual Vicious and Delicious, is it? Yeah, the team that are
Yeah.
banning just now.
Luckily, we actually have orange team playing on orange team this time.
So they actually probably want to, run out and
Yeah.
stop these repels, because I believe that on this map, if the repel game's quite strong, especially for the
Yeah.
top bomb site, the repel game's quite strong. And normally when you're utilising a top down roam clear, the top windows are quite strong at repelling also. So it's interesting to see the Nomad gone there. So we're expecting some fireworks for this map.
Yeah, that's a interesting ban phase, isn't it? You got the Kakapo trap going with some kind of standard bans, Thatcher, the classic ranked strategy, if you know what I'm saying, and Echo
Yeah.
off the board as well. But then you've also got Nomad and Visual from Vicious and Delicious, which is pretty odd to me. I'm not sure about that Visual ban.
Yeah, they maybe saw how strong it has been in the last couple of games. They've maybe watched the games today and thought, what, Vigil's a bit of a pain in the arse. Nobody can really
Mhm.
make a push when he's on the board because they don't know exactly where he is. Although if you bring an IQ, you can see him. So there is a counter there, and they are running an IQ on street. But maybe they just don't want to bother with the Vigil today and just want to go straight for it. I am a little bit concerned that we've not seen a Capcan ban, because we know how good Amin is on the Capcan, regardless of if there's an IQ in the attackers. He will get at least one detonation per round if he plays Capcan.
Yeah, and you
If
almost
not
think
all.
to yourself, which is more valuable, getting rid of Echo or getting rid of Capcan, because you know you are going to trigger some. It's silly to think that you're not. We always do. I've done it many times. Even the best players do it all the time. I know what it is with Amin. He's
Yeah.
just a bit of a god, I guess. But yeah, Echo I don't know, maybe for Cafe Echo is actually a bit of a better ban. That's very strong for kitchen site, pretty strong for top floor as well, I think, actually.
Yeah, because you could just hide in the freezer at the start of the round if they've got nice ADS protecting them. They can't grenade them out of the freezer from the skylight. So I do agree with the Echo ban on this map for sure. Can be a bit of a nuisance if he's anchored up in the site and nice and safe.
See where these
I
mirror
like to
spots
see
go.
them. Yeah,
It's gonna
I
be
was away to say
interesting.
that pig.
Yeah, because mirror
I
is
also
very,
want to
very
say
strong on Cafe. There's some classic mirror setups. You know, there's not really a standard way to do it, but somewhere around that freezer area, sticking a mirror there can be really strong for this top floor. Don't usually see that one that she's just put up. This is a bit more of a common one. Watching the same angle, so I'm not really sure the purpose of them, but I guess if one gets popped, the other can survive.
it's also they've got to worry about that East repel as well. This is maybe why Nomad has been banned, is they want to protect those mirrors from the repels.
Yeah, that's a good shout actually. I think, you know, just giving those attackers something else to think about might dissuade them from going onto that East repel. Using up some breaching charges instead of the hammer, but to be honest, it's not really that bad. You're probably not going to use all 3 of those breaching charges in this round if you're attacking top floor.
Yep.
Street getting pretty aggressive straight away. See a couple of drones, but I don't think there's too many. But this is a really deep roam from Rex. Definitely going to be influential late round unless he gets picked off. Here is that East repel. If there's anyone actually on it. Yep, there's Thermite. And Gridlock. Although it looks like they've kind of swapped position there. Gridlock going to hold these stairs. But the Legion there. I mean, Legion's so strong on staircases. We talked about it in the last game, but Legion is just a really good operator for these kind of spots, isn't he?
If it comes late round and you have to walk through 5 legions, you're not going to be a happy guy.
Nah, true that. Not too much happened yet in the round actually. Still all 5 players alive, and attackers making alright progress. Street getting really aggressive over there on New Balk. Looks like there's really only 3 players making this push happen, while you got the other 2 on Skylight. Nice pick from Next. That Ella. That gun, that buff. OP in my opinion, but I'll leave that up to you guys to decide as well.
Yep, I hope that recoil nerf is coming in soon.
I really hope so. Esky watching that New Bout, trying to pick off Street. Playing a little bit complacent, but he's not playing too silly. Not getting over aggressive. Street doesn't actually have diffuser, but he is in default plant spot. It looks like Esky might actually know. He's lining up the shots. 2 nice picks from the attackers there. And Street is just snaking his way around site. And there he gets picked off by Raptors there, and the C4 goes off as well. Raptors having a great round. Somehow diffuser gets planted, but it's unlikely to really see anything happen, and there's a down. Nice round from attackers. I mean, that top floor is pretty much always going to be a defender-sided site, isn't it? Very strong for them.
Yep. And Esky had a pre-placed C4 there somewhere. I don't know exactly where that went off. I don't think it was New Hatch.
Pre-placed.
I don't think it was New Hatch, but you know, he got a call from someone, or he saw someone rotate somewhere, maybe behind the bar, and he used a pre-placed C4 right there. So well played on him there. You know, that's probably why both mirrors were set up, so he could get a good visual on where the attacker was going to be, so that he could detonate that pre-placed C4 there.
Yeah, definitely.
Good attempt on the defenders to get the bomb down there. Rex actually, I think, either tried to do a late rotate back up the site via one of the staircases, or he went for a run out, and he actually fell to a claymore. So the guys are covering, and Vicious and Delicious are covering their flanks there with the claymores and the gridlocks possibly. Just unfortunately didn't have the manpower there to hold the post plant situation. And probably down to SK's pre-placed C4 that situation ended up like that, to be honest.
Yeah,
Well
I think
played
so.
from the defenders.
You're absolutely right with that mirror setup. I did say at the beginning that I wanted to kind of see it around freezer area, but actually Ella and Legion were able to hold that kind of east stairs and east corridor really effectively, just giving the mirror and K just full control of that bar area. Really good plays from them.
For sure. The info that Mira gives you, Pig, it's just invaluable, and especially on an open bomb site like the bar area there at the top.
Sorry.
So much free intel.
Looks like they've gone for reading room instead, actually. This is the choice I would make, but I know it's a bit of an odd one for me. I'm a strong believer that kitchen is actually pretty rubbish, but I know I'm alone in that opinion for sure. Most people definitely say that's the strongest site. Mirror again is probably going to be really influential on this. Looks like a pretty standard set.
I think he plays. He will play one in reading, looking into dining. Yeah.
Yep.
That's him making the shotgun holes there. It's the normal spot that SK likes to play is Mira. Play it from reading room into dining there to deny the plant and dine in.
Already put the other one down somewhere. I wonder where that is. Yep, looks like it's in that kind of default spot that we saw it last time on top floor. I like that. They know what they're doing. This is obviously thought out, this strategy. Looks like they might be clearing from East Balk though, which definitely counters that mirror.
Yeah.
Top down, clear the way forward, as per. Don't know how many players are actually playing here on the top floor. It looks like 2 of them. Next holding that pixel peak angle over in piano, and Raptors holding the mirror. This is a nice out from them. Something that I would like to, I would probably do if it was me defending reading room as well.
They have the Jaeger playing pillars as well.
It's a strong position that in pillars, but could get pressured quite hard if he's not careful. Oh, losing a lot of HP through the smoke there and making a smart call just to rotate away. And that was Jamie Killer maybe just missing out on a kill there. Unlucky for him. Drone might come in to try and find out what they're doing with this. I mean, they're really just stacked up on this pillar's reading room door. I'm not really sure they know what to do about this site. Maybe they weren't expecting it at all. Look at that, Rex has made his way back to pillars. Feeling like he wants revenge for all that HP lost. They might have actually given up most of the top floor. It's just next up there hiding in freezer. Oh, and a little rush into strike from the attackers. But it hasn't really paid off there. Not the wisest choice. 2 downs and diffuser left in sight as well now. 5v2. I think we know how this is going to end. Still 40 seconds though. An opportunity for the attackers. Oh, 4v1 now as New Bout next. Remaining, keeping up that top floor roam. Gets the final pick.
Yeah, I don't think they sort of knew what to do there in that situation.
Yeah, I think they made a kind of good call by pushing this east side. They didn't want to just walk straight into that mirror window like they did on the top floor clear. But when they got there, they just kind of stacked up on the door. I mean, I would have liked to see them rappel up a bit and do other stuff. Nice pick there for get his KD up a bit, but fine. Next on the roam, some really nice plays there.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to have pressured the floor. You know, I think Raptors fell off the mirror window and came back down. They should have maybe took advantage of that when Raptors leave the top floor. They start ripping up the floor and start pushing the defenders out of reading so that they can push in from that sort of balcony area. I would have liked to see them maybe at least as a fear go up there, or you could even get Big Bertha gridlock up there with her super shotty to start punching holes in the floor. And a little bit of vertical play to flush the defenders out of reading so they could get a reading plant off, but instead they just they decide to go through the door and maybe trade out a kill, but didn't go in their favour. And Raptors was key in his position there, was key for that push there, and picked up the kills as they tried to push in. SK was in support with the Mira as well, so well played to the defenders. They realised where the push was coming from, and they set up to counter it effectively. So yeah, good defence so far.
Something I'm noticing from the early rounds here is although the drone work is kind of coming in, it's not really been that effective for them. They've not been able to react to it particularly well. Perhaps that's something that they know about. I mean, that visual ban could have been them thinking, look guys, we know we're not that good at droning, we're slipping up a lot of the time, visual could completely crumble us, let's just get him off the board. Because that would make sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense to me as well. Yeah, maybe they like to drone the local area and then face check the rest and try and go in and trade out with each other. It's maybe the way they're more comfortable to do it than actually fully on drone that complete site. But yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more of decision making mid round and change things up if it doesn't work. If they're sort of just stalling out on that balcony, someone make a call and go with it. Like I always
Yep.
say in our team, if something's not working, make a call, guys, and we all commit to it and go for it.
Yep.
I'd like to see something like that happen because it wasn't really going to work out for them in that situation with no vertical play.
Yeah, I think that's right. And in this tournament and across all of Siege, the best teams are the teams that can adapt. It's all good having sway strats and having good fraggers, but if you end up in a sticky situation, if you can't get out of it and adapt, then you're gonna lose. Hopefully they can
Yeah, little.
do some good adaptation now, though.
Oh, there's a nice spot there from SK under that bench.
A bomb has been located.
I think we're sticking with the Valks
Yeah,
through the tournament, but it's better than seeing a reinforced wall.
yeah, true that. So, arguably, what you said is the strongest site on Cafe. And they've got a good
Yeah,
lineup
I
to
think
defend
it's
it
quite-
as well.
Yeah, I think it's quite viable. We've got the good comms. I'd like to see more of the doors barricaded though. The doors left open to sight. Yeah, there we go.
I mean here, oh, that's a nice angle he's managed to find himself there. I think he must be standing on top of a van, peeking over the armoured van at the front of Bakery. Droning himself in, perhaps? It doesn't look like many people are actually around by him. Yep, completely on his own over here. Wonder where everyone else is. Oh, that's right, going for that top floor room. Nex is actually already in the middle floor. If they find out that this player is on cocktail balk upstairs, then he's probably going to make his way up these stairs, and if they can't react, he's going to get a pick. Oh, Chris also here as well. Yeah, and look at this, like we were just talking about, it is a lot of face checking, isn't it? No drones on top floor. They prefer to just go in with their guns and see if they can get the picks. It's worked out for them so far, though. They haven't lost anyone, and looks like most of the middle floor and top floor are clear. Let's just check that. It would appear so. Everybody left downstairs. How's Amin getting on? I think he's realised that his team have abandoned him, and he makes his way over to Freezer. Maybe it was just a little distraction over on Bakey where his team got the roam clear done. Street picking up a nice kill. That looked like some vertical play coming in handy. He knows where those shots came from, and I'm not sure I do either, to be honest, but that was Bandit. Probably below. Yeah, smart play from Raptors. He knows that that vertical play is coming in. They want to clear him out. Probably want to go for that wall. Next picks up one on Mozzie. Some pretty effective roam clear. Oh, and a really interesting beat from Rex. I'm not sure how he didn't finish up that kill, but now we're in a 5v2. I mean, saving Nex's life. Now this is an interesting push. Red corridor being opened up. 10 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm interested to see how they play this. Oh, great plays from Raptors. Is he going to be able to get any more? Oh, just unlucky there.
By attackers.
Ah, and the Cade can't quite do enough. A little bit indecisive on which targets she wanted to go for there, Parrot. But, 1v4 there. With the plant going down, there's not too much you can do.
Yeah, I think Parrot sort of got the intel that the plant was going down on ping, and she sort of changed her aim to go for the planter instead to try and win the round. Really unfortunate timing for her there. You can't really fault that sort of that decision to go for the planter there. She had her aim on the guy coming through the doorway. Then the information probably came out that the plant was going down on ping, and she probably went to go for the planter instead to try and get that win for the round.
Yeah, it definitely was the
Interesting
play,
push.
but just didn't pay off.
Like you said, interesting push. They open up the red corridor there, but it seemed to work in their favour. Did the guy pressure in Bakery? Unfortunately, Rex wasn't able to get that kill on the Twitch with the 1 HP I think she had left. But then Raptors picks up the refrag in the small in prep room, and then they just push site, try and get a plant down. Raptors gets traded out, and they sort of bum rush, or two of them start to shoot through. I think they start to shoot through the wall, and then Zofia sort of bum rushes the entrance there at the site, and makes Parrot move her aim from the the ping of the planter to the Sophia. Just unfortunate there at the end. Very well played from the attackers, so the patience. But, you know, they were calling it really close at the end there, do you not think, for that plant?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it had 5 seconds left when the plant was initially started to go
Yeah,
down.
like something like that. I think this is the same setup now, isn't it? With the mirror. It was really useful for them before. See if we can find out where that
Yeah, I
pre-place
think
C4 was last time. Probably going to be put in the same place. Yeah, that's an interesting spot. Looks like the kind of default plant spot over by New Balk.
5 seconds left.
Like that, you don't see that too often.
Yeah, that must have been the one that he had earlier as well, or maybe he changes it every round. We'll never know. We didn't
No.
watch the first one, but the I think the Ella's getting changed out for the Wamai there. Interesting choice. Double, you know, utility for the Jaeger and Wamai. We've talked about this before. Sometimes you think sometimes it's overkill, but on this site, do you think it's needed?
I think potentially this site could be useful, but if you look at the attacker lineup, I mean, there's not really too much you need to worry about. There's just nades and the Zephyr charges, and I think what he's doing here is trying to protect his shield and hold this power position in his stairs. And I think they could have just done this with a Jaeger, to be honest.
Yeah, but the downside to that is he's visible from the white repel.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if we'll see Raptors kind of holding that again this time. No, looks like he's... Okay, now he is kind of holding east and frees up, using that rotate to his advantage. It's actually pretty much exactly the same as last time, except from Rex not playing on the first floor, instead choosing to hold Cigar a bit more aggressively this time. Oh! Quite sure how the Twitch gun managed to kill next. I'm sure there was probably a down from a gun instead of the Twitch drone getting all of his HP. That'd be pretty crazy. Oh, you see why they bought the Twitch, but not able to get that mirror window. A little bit unlucky. Wonder if he has any more drones left. Nope, no more drones unless it's out on the field. Oh, Jaeger taking a huge chunk of his HP there as he takes a fight in Cigar Shot, but again, smart play to rotate away. He's got that. Oh, he doesn't have the Wami anymore to cover his back, so he's actually quite isolated over here. Attackers, if they're smart, can capitalise on this. There goes that free play C4, not going to come to bite him this time. Street, showing what he can do with his fragging. It looks like all three of the last defenders are just holding this cocktail bout. Raptors holding it a little bit more loosely, holding east. Yeah, this is what I like to see. They cleared that pre-play C4. They knew it was there. They've got a mean in here. I think he's going to be going for the plant soon. But does Parrot know? Yeah, she does. Here goes the C4. Oh, so unfortunate to miss the C4 there. And the diffuser actually goes down. The player on Skylight. This is not looking good. But I don't know if you can see that plant spot from the Skylight. You know. Nice play from Street to just hide there, and some aggressive plays from the attackers end up just picking up all the defenders. Nicely done.
Yeah, Street coming alive at the end of that round there. I think the attackers, they played that a lot better that round. You know, they made sure they cleared the guys from Piano. They watched the flanks from Piano, Red Stairs. They had one guy Skylight pressuring in the push through bar. I think SK actually got picked up from Street there at the end though, but no doubt the information was called out that it was someone bar, and they got the plant off and then traded out the kills at the end. The attackers had to the defenders had to push out of the cover of the Miras and attempt to stop the plant or kill the planters, and it just didn't go in their favour at that situation. I think you're right. I think the Wamai possibly did get naded. They maybe got rid of the Wamais and then threw a grenade towards him, downed him, and finished him off with a Twitch drone at the end. It was just unfortunate for the Wamai there that he went down sort of, I wouldn't say too early in the round, but sort of halfway through the round there. If he was still alive, they would have been able to hold Piano a bit better.
Yeah, and I think that led to the demise of Rex as well, playing that Jaeger and Cigar Shop. He really was isolated once that player holding Pixel Peak was dead. Didn't really have any options but to try and get some picks, and that didn't go too well for him.
Yeah, he was on very low health as well, wasn't he, Pig? So I'm pretty sure that you could have hip fired him and one bullet would have connected and he would have went down, so just unlucky there. kind of changing it up now, and you've got the SD going out to Valk. So, and oh, a couple of operators have changed. That's interesting.
Yeah, actually, this is a very different setup. A castle play. Interested to see where those go. Let's see if we can see what he's doing.
Ooh. You remember the old cupboard play from Freezer that comes from Freezer? You used to castle the joining window on, yeah, the adjoining window there, and no wait, sorry, on the white hallway,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
why
you
I'm
used to
waiting
play
to
the
see if he
Mira,
does
and
it.
you used to play the double Mira set up inside that little cupboard for the piano push.
Yep.
I'd like to see that come back. That's old meta, isn't it? But I
Yeah,
don't
one
think
of
it
the
will come
many
back.
mirror variations in Freezer that you can see. I mean, you can pretty much just pick any wall in that Freezer, reinforce it, stick a mirror on it, and it's really strong.
Yeah.
Some nice outcomes here. Watching piano and Easters. Like this intel.
Yeah, and we're getting some intel too.
Again, coming to this east side, but not really sure why. They end up just going to the roof and not using it. I mean, we've seen Amin put a claymore down there a couple of rounds before, not this time, but that's a smart move not to actually put it down there because they're not even going to push it. Although, saying that, we'll see.
Bomb located by
There's
attackers.
that dangerous reverse
Pickers
repel
have
that can
them.
be so good, but oh, Caster's curse there is that claymore could have really helped them, and Power gets a pick there onto next. The one time they don't put a claymore down. I mean, he's probably kicking himself there as he has it in his pocket still. Street picking up Rex on the Jaeger. Wasn't the first pick last time, but one of the early ones. Ah, here goes Amin's claymore. That's actually maybe a better spot on those red stairs to help them late round. Oh, I mean, unfortunately, just whiffing that shot a little bit. Street on a duo. Picks up one more. If Next is aggressive here, he might be able to give Street another one. Yep, there it is. Street on a triple. This is a Street I know. Haven't seen him all tournament.
Yep, it's coming alive now.
Oh, Chris just pre-firing Barrett. Missing her shots, and the fire rate on that what is it, C8 is definitely going to help. Raptors, last player alive. Diffuser down. Yeah, he's a man lost as he runs around, running, just basically trying to save his life. But Street comes in. Is that an ace? 4K? It might just be a 4K. Great play from him though.
No, because yeah, I think it was a 4K. Yeah, I think it was. It's hard actually to remember. I wanted to highlight the lethal parrot run out onto the repelled twitch there as a highlight of the other round there, and swinging the favour for the attack for the defenders 4v5, but then Street comes alive and just rips them apart. He's probably got the information. They're probably all giving him good calls, droning ahead of him, and Street's just going in there with the 3 speed of the IQ, hitting his shots and securing the round for his team. Very well played from him there.
Yeah, and if you look
it's
at
sort
that
of-
10 and
sort of-
2 on the scoreboard as well at the half.
Yeah,
What a half for Street.
late game sort of. It's late in the tournament for Street to show up, but this is the Street we actually know. So we need someone on the Kakapo trap to pick it up and match that and help the Kakapo trap get back into this game here. Interesting scoreline at the swap there. Do you think, Pig?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of these games kind of seesaw back and forth. We saw Kakapo Trap take up the first 2 rounds kind of comfortably, and then just a kind of reverse sweep from Vicious and Delicious. Carried a bit by Street, but it's a team game. Everyone doing their part probably.
Yeah, for sure. It's not disappointing so far, and I'm betting it's going to get a little bit more spicier as it goes on. I'm looking for some good roaming from Street and Jamie. Oh wait, actually Jamie probably will not be roaming as he's playing Cade. My mistake.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Looks like it might be Chris and Street instead.
5
Mhm.
seconds left.
And it's interesting to see because I think Chris. We haven't really seen Chris much. I don't think he's been able to play as much games as possible, but he's a good player. So, and he actually casted I think it was last weekend with Lick,
Mhm.
or the weekend before possibly, and it'd be interesting to see how he brings out this Mozzie play here. Put one at the bottom of White Stairs there, and he probably put one upstairs as well. Oh no, wait, actually still got two. My mistake.
Looks like Kakapo trap opting to go for a bakery push, a standard push really. This mute Mozzie combo really punishing them. They try to get the intel here. We know how good it can be, that mute Mozzie combo. You see it in top level of play all the time. Not actually holding bakery though. I wonder if Kakapo know that. Oh, next with a really nice full bang onto him in there as he picks him up on the drone and just goes for a pre-fire.
Bomb located by attackers.
Twitch doing the work there on the wall. It doesn't look like the defenders have any other utility to use there. Oh, but a pick onto Thermite would be really strong. I mean, Eski's got to be careful here.
Time to make a new door.
Oh, next with that MP5K, they're not the strongest of guns, but gets a lovely headshot onto Parrot. And he's still playing aggressive. Here he comes swinging around the corner. Oh, next with his double for the round. Nice cover. So Raptors might be getting to a fight here. And oh, Street, great kill. Oh, and he gets one more. Double kill from Street. What a play. Wish I caught that one first person. It looked like a great flick. Probably going to make his way downstairs now. Yep, here he is. Defender's holding from really far back in sight here. There's Malaysia Street with one more. Triple kill for him in the round. That's 7 kills in the last 2 rounds. So Jamie Killer might be able to find the last area, and a trade comes out. 2 headshots, but defenders win with the man advantage there. Really nice play.
I think somebody gave.
I like that.
I think somebody gave Street a Red Bull. Here you go, have a Red Bull before this game. Come back, do what you do every other tournament, and start showing up. And it looks like he has 7 kills. Like you just say, seven kills in the last 2 rounds. Yep, he's definitely. I think he's back now.
He's feeling himself.
Yeah, let's see if the Greens can shut him down. Though I think they need to come away with a win here for their confidence, and maybe give Street a little bit of a reality check. If not, I think he will run away with this one. He's playing really well at the moment.
They need to look at this map and think, you know what, we're only losing because Street is getting those kills. If we can pick him up early, then we have a good chance of winning. I remember playing against Street before in Season 1, thinking if we kill Street, then we can probably get the round, because he carries them with kills. He has all the support of his team around him, but at the end of the day, he is the one getting those frags, and if you get him early, then you can do well.
Yeah. And you've actually got to credit the teams as well that actually just, the major support players that sit there on the cameras at the start of the round and say, okay guys, they're pushing from this area, or, as Streets roaming with you've got the Maestro, he's probably got some cams somewhere, and someone's probably sitting on those cams and saying, okay Street, there's guys up in, there's guys up in Reading, and feeding them the intel, so you've got to credit the whole team, not just the one player, as you said earlier. So everybody making a commitment there towards the round win.
Yeah, and they're definitely playing into, their kind of, let's call him a star player, why not? They got the Pulse on the board, definitely feeding info. Mira's going to be able to give them loads of info across the whole of the top floor, and then that Maestro as well, just feeding him, feeding him stuff.
It's all info.
Yeah,
it
pretty much all is, except from that Cade, and Street's always going to pick his Jaeger, isn't he?
10 seconds.
Oh, it'd be interesting to see where Jimmy places his Maestros here. I've seen a lot of variations for these, and they do always normally circulate around the new hatch and the bar site, and not much cocktail side.
Yeah, you're right. There goes one of them in New Balk. Looks like the other one might be being placed in piano, so not using them for site intel, but more just for the early intel. I like this idea. Not really anything on the attackers that can deal with that. Although saying that, just remember the Twitch buff that allows her. So you've got 2 operators that can.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think 2 Twitches from a Twitch run kills a Maestro. That's a bit of a dead utility. I think that should be nerfed.
Yeah, I think I might agree with you on that one. I'm glad that the same effect doesn't work for Goyo, because I think that would be extremely annoying to have all 3 of your shields popped off by one player on a drone.
especially since he's just lost his ACOG as well. I mean, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, we don't want to beat him up too much. Streak, playing piano, holding this pixel peak. Here he goes for one. Oh, but he just misses the shot on the sledge there. I'm sure he's lost a lot of HP, and Raptors, also an excellent fragger, able to get that early pick. Let's see if this does capitalise for them in a round win.
Yeah, that's key and influential. Like I say, they need to sort of calm him down a little bit.
Yeah, that was a really quick shutting down of him as well. I think that was probably around the 2-minute mark, so a lot of time left to play with. Yeah, it looks like those track singers kind of got destroyed a bit there, and Rex is trying to follow up that kill. Not sure he quite knows where he went off to though. Probably rotated a lot further away, playing his life. Next finds himself an engagement on New Balk. Defender's playing smart, just playing safe. Pre-fire's coming in. Hard breach as well. A nice angle from Nex. I don't know about this one. Into the freezer. Down falls the Twitch. Those mirror windows, if they aren't already popped, are going to be very powerful. We've still got that one left in freezer. There goes Raptors, losing his last little sliver of HP from that fight with Street. Good play from the Cade. Next, another kill. And look at Amin down below, just still feeding so much information. A little bit of a rush coming through there, but not enough manpower to finish it up. Goes into a 2v1 now. Amin makes his way back up to site by the looks of it. I think they know Diffuser might be in freezer, although it looks to be maybe hidden by the body. See if this 3 armor 1 speed can make the plays he needs. No, the prone spot by the mirror. Good plays from Chris, just being in an unexpected position.
Yeah, that was really key for. I mean, at the start, well, halfway through the round, they're feeding all the intel below with the pulse, and you did actually see Rex and Parrot go for the little clear there, but they didn't actually find him. So you know, he managed to stay alive down there and keep feeding info to his teammates. That angle from Street to the freezer was a good one actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, from Next, a very smart player Next, and you know I'm going to use that as well. Thanks for showing me that one.
Yeah, and amongst
But,
all the kind of chaos there, look, it's already match point. And what does that mean for the game? I've kind of forgotten. I think might mean it's over for Green, you know?
Yeah, if Orange win this... wait, I think...
If Orange win, they... Well, I think this is solidified Red
Red.
Team's position
Yeah,
in the
Red.
final. Sorry for not missing
Yeah,
for missing that, guys, and not hyping it up. But
Yeah,
you guys
we
must
just
be
missed that.
super excited about that one. 5-2 on the round. No one saw this coming. But here we are. We've solidified that.
That's Red in the final, isn't it?
Yep.
I
And
believe
I'm,
it is. I
I'm
think...
pretty scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. It's not the way we've seen the tournament going, is it?
Not at all. Not at all. And you know, I think we also have a chance here for another final bit of a mix-up. If Orange win this game, I think they'll be playing for 3rd and 4th place, and Purple will be dropping to
Yes.
last position, given that Green Team Kakapo Trap can't get 2 more rounds. If the information has been relayed to me correctly, that's how it stands, I think.
Yeah,
Orange
I
team
think
have
no
to
more
win
than...
by... Yeah, is it more than 3?
No more. Yeah, they have to win by more than 3. So, I believe if Green get Green get 4 rounds, then the Orange team will go. You know, sorry. If Kakapo Trap get to 4 rounds on the board against the Vicious Delicious, then the Vicious Delicious will remain last place, but they'll actually go up to 4th place if they win this next round. So.
Yeah, and that's
All-
something
all
for them
play
to
for
still
them.
play for, isn't it? You know, they've probably pretty pissed off that they just lost their spot in the final, and they probably want to give it back to Vicious and Delicious for stealing that away from them. Stop them from making their way into the 3rd, 4th playoff against them. That would be a great rematch if we saw it.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Oh yeah, for sure. That match was those two teams go at each other like like nobody's business. Really interesting and exciting games.
Oh, well, this is a rush, definitely. Look at all these players around site. I'm going to go to 3rd person because this is the best way to capture it. Kills coming out everywhere. We're left in a 4v2, 4v1. Just want to attack, and that's the round over. And 6-2 to Vicious and Delicious. That was crazy.
Okay.
Even though I said it looked like Green was still playing for something, maybe they just thought, screw it, I'm running in,
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that round.
Yeah, it's over. Well played to Street, top fragging with 14 kills at the end there. Vicious and Delicious pulling it out the bag, and unfortunately the Kakapo trap not managed to get a final spot. So looks like Red will be facing us. Ooh.
Yeah, very exciting. So just to run you guys through it, you probably already know, but we've got Green Team and Red Team in the final. Green taking the first seed. Not that that really matters. It's still a level playing field when it comes to the match. And you've got Green Team and Orange Team in the third place playoff. So a rematch of the match that we've just seen, actually, but in a best of 3 format. And the
Alright,
Purple
guys.
Team unlucky to drop to last place because of that round. But welcome, Magpie.
Hello! That's
Hello,
the
Magpie.
end of the play days. Flipping out, guys.
Yeah, that was
Been a long,
Was
old
this?
time, but it's been fucking awesome.
yeah, it has been a long tournament, but here we are at the end, and
Yeah, finals next weekend.
could not have
That's
predicted it.
Saturday. That's it, yeah. So Saturday, flipping 2 teams, which will be the Kakapo Trap and Vicious and Delicious will be fighting for third place.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, Wonka's Wonders are now in 5th, and they are out of the tournament, but
Okay, I did
they
have it
played
right then.
so well. They
Oh,
only
yeah.
lost on rounds lost as well. Like, they had equal points to everybody, so
Very unfortunate.
but super unfortunate for those guys, but well done. And then on the Sunday, we have the finals, which will be you guys, Billy's Baby Back Ribs versus Red Redemption.
Pipe.
It's infinite overtime, so the games
Ooh.
can go on for a long time, best of 3.
Yeah, we
So they're
won't
going to
need
be pretty nuts. And yeah, the show match on
Yeah, so
Saturday
that's actually
before
why
the
we've
third
got you in,
place.
Magpie. Do you want to give us a little rundown of the show match and the format?
Here we go. I wrote some stuff down so I can get this right. Okay, so the show match is it's all-star show match, we're calling it. So it's going to be myself versus Lick, and every team in the tournament will be contributing players into a draft pool. So all of you guys, all of the team leaders will be picking players from their teams to be going into a little pool, and Lick and myself will be drafting the players live on the stream. To make
exciting.
this a bit more exciting, Moody and Esky will be in total control of the game. So they'll be commentating and casting, but they'll also be picking the map we play and also deciding how we play. So I'm sure they'll be coming up with some stupid shit for us to do.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see some knife fights, some pistol only rounds, some only run out rounds. I don't know. I'm excited.
Exact.
That's for sure.
I'm sure they'll come up with something, and
Yeah.
it's going to be an absolute laugh. So basically, that's pretty much it for the what we're doing. We are extending it, so it's going to have limited overtime. So I believe that's 8-7 win if you get into overtime, otherwise it's a 6-4 win. So that's pretty good. So that means we won't get any draws this time. And the top 2. So in terms of drafting, all the team leaders are going to be talking to the teams this week and working out who's going to be playing. The bottom 3 teams, so that's Vicious and Delicious, Kakapo Trap and Wonka's Wonders, will be giving us 2 players each for the pool. And the top 2 teams, Billy's Baby Back Ribs and Red Redemption, will give us one player each. So that means we'll have equal, 8 players in the pool for me and Nick to pick from. So that's the show match.
Yeah, sounds great. I can't wait.
It's gonna be fucking epic, mate. And
That sounds amazing. Looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, I actually knew
Definitely.
about this a little bit already, but I'm sure for you, Liam, that's quite an exciting announcement,
Yeah.
isn't it?
For me, it's a nice reveal. That's amazing. That sounds really well thought through, and it
Awesome.
it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be a fun little community
Thanks.
kind of involvement thing, as
Exactly.
that's what the tournament's about.
Exactly. Cool. So that's it. That's it until next week, where we got the third place, the show match, and the finals. And congrats to all the teams, and commiserations to Wonka's Wonders, who played really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for
Yeah,
stopping by,
unfortunate.
everyone. Oh, go on, Liam, do
Yeah,
you have something to say before we head off?
No, I just want to say unfortunate for Wonka's Wonders that they ended up at the bottom there. They had no control over that fight, unfortunately. But we will see, on the behalf of the Billy's Baby Back Ribs, we will see you, Red Dead Redemption, in the final.
Good luck. You're going to need it. And thanks for checking in, everyone. See you in the next one.
Bye.